Taylor Swift, global icon, and Travis Kelce, NFL legend, walk into their favorite restaurant for a quiet night, only to be kicked out by a liberal manager over her personal choices. 7 minutes later, that same restaurant collapses in chaos. Customers fleeing, staff quitting, reputation torched. How did it happen? Stick around, comment where you're watching from, and subscribe so you don't miss this wild story. The Cadillac Escalade's engine hummed softly as Taylor Swift, the world's biggest pop star, sat in the back, her eyes locked on her phone, scrolling through tour updates. Her boyfriend, Travis Kelce, a towering tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs, glanced over, his deep, playful voice cutting through. Taylor put the phone down. "Tonight's ours." She flashed a faint smile, nodding, but her gaze stayed sharp, a hallmark of a woman who'd conquered charts and stadiums. They were headed to the Liberty Bistro, their favorite Manhattan spot, a cozy escape that once felt like a rare sanctuary amid her era's tour chaos. Travis, with his easy charisma and Super Bowl swagger, took her hand. "I miss the steak here," he said, trying to pull her from work's grip. Taylor sighed, "I just want one peaceful night." The car slowed as they neared the neon glow of the Liberty Bistro flickering in the distance, its luxurious vibe welcoming them. Taylor Swift stepped out of the Escalade, her boots clicking on the Manhattan sidewalk as she adjusted her stylish jacket. Travis Kelce followed, his broad frame exuding quiet confidence, the kind forged from million-dollar plays. Taylor gripped his hand, taking a deep breath. "I hope no one mobs me tonight." They pushed through the doors of the Liberty Bistro, the rich scent of herbs wafting from the kitchen, mingling with the soft murmurs of diners. Warm golden light spilled from wall sconces, reflecting off polished tables that had once hosted their stolen moments of peace. But as they approached the hostess stand, Ethan Caldwell, the manager, emerged like a shadow across their memories. Around 40, in a crisp gray suit, his polite smile strained, masking the tension of a progressive who'd publicly bashed Taylor's apolitical stance online. "Miss Swift, Mr. Kelce," he began, voice soft but edged with unease, "I'm very sorry but we can't serve you tonight." Taylor froze, her brows arching, her piercing gaze igniting. "What did you just say?" Her voice sliced the air, echoing the fire of a woman who'd faced down critics and tabloids. Ethan repeated the refusal and Taylor laughed, a cold, biting sound. "Inclusion? You call kicking us out inclusion?" She stepped closer, eyes locked on Ethan. "This is blatant discrimination and you know it. I'm not here as Taylor Swift, pop star. I'm here to eat with my boyfriend. What's the problem?" Travis cut in, his voice low but commanding. "Mr. Caldwell, we're not new here. I've eaten at this place since my rookie days. We've never caused a scene. What are you doing?" He tilted his head, sizing Ethan up like a linebacker reading a play. Ethan drew a breath, hands trembling slightly as they brushed the reservation book. "Mr. Kelce, I respect you both as longtime customers, but after recent social media backlash, Ms. Swift's silence on certain issues, a group of patrons threatened to boycott us if we kept serving you. We can't risk losing them." "Risk?" Taylor interrupted, her voice sharp as a gunshot. "You ditch loyal customers like us? We've eaten here through tours, Super Bowls, everything. You think we're a threat because I don't tweet your politics?" She pulled her phone from her purse, fingers swiping with decisive speed. "You want to talk social media? Fine, I'll show the world what your inclusion looks like." Travis raised a hand to steady her, his eyes still on Ethan. "Taylor, calm down. Let me handle this." He turned to Ethan, voice low but cutting. "You know, I almost hosted a Chiefs event here a few years back. Great spot, prime location. But I went with another venue. Now I see I dodged a bullet with management like this." Ethan frowned but held his polite facade. "Mr. Kelce, it's not personal. We're just avoiding trouble. If you'd use the private dining room, we'd set it up discreetly, no fuss." He forced a smile as if offering a perfect fix. "Private dining?" Taylor snapped, her voice erupting. "I don't need your charity. We're not criminals to hide in a corner. I'm a paying customer with every right to sit at my table like anyone here." She pointed at the diners now turning to look, some whispering, some raising phones to record. Ethan stepped back, still trying to sound calm. "Miss Swift, I get how you feel but I can't do otherwise. This is for the restaurant's and customers' greater good. I hope you'll understand." "Understand?" Travis echoed, his tone dropping like a warning. "You think we'll just slink off after this insult? You're picking the wrong side, Mr. Caldwell, and you'll see the consequences." He gripped Taylor's hand tighter, his gaze unwavering. "Taylor, what do you want? Stay and fight this guy or leave?" Taylor looked at him, then back at Ethan, her eyes blazing. We're not going anywhere, Trav. Not until they realize they can't treat us like this without a cost. She raised her phone, hitting live stream, her voice ringing clear. Hey everyone, Taylor Swift here. Right now, at the Liberty Bistro, my boyfriend and I were just refused service because of my personal choices. This isn't inclusion, it's hypocrisy. The restaurant buzzed. A man at a nearby table stood, clapping. That's right, Taylor. Don't let them bully you. But another woman in a trendy sweater muttered, I knew she'd make a scene. Ethan stood frozen, his polite smile fading as the situation spiraled. The Liberty Bistro's chandelier light flickered across Taylor's phone screen as she held it steady, the live stream climbing with thousands of views. This is the truth about the freedom they preach, she said, eyes sweeping from Ethan to the diners. They're kicking us out because I don't fit their narrative. Travis stood beside her, arms crossed, his stare locked on Ethan. Diners reacted. A guy in a Chiefs jersey rose, clapping loudly. Taylor's right. This is America, no one gets to refuse her. But in a corner, a woman in a pricey scarf whispered, she's just fishing for attention. I came here for dinner, not drama. Ethan gripped the reservation book, voice quivering. Miss Swift, I don't want this to turn into a fight. We're just keeping the peace. If you'd lower the phone, we could talk privately. Privately? Taylor scoffed, eyes glued to the stream. You want me to shut up so you can pretend this didn't happen? No way. The world needs to see this. She swung the phone toward Ethan. You said this is an inclusive space, but you're kicking us out because some customers don't like my silence. Who are you choosing, paying customers like us or the mob on X? Travis stepped forward, resting a hand on Taylor's shoulder. You know, I like this place enough to bring my teammates here. Great vibe, killer menu. I thought it was a Manhattan gem. But I see I was wrong, not because of the food but because of management like you. Ethan took a deep breath, composure slipping. Mr. Kelsey, I respect you both, but we have to consider all our customers' feelings. A large group said they'd never come back if Miss Swift showed up. We can't lose them. The room split further. An older man near the bar stood, pointing at Ethan. I've known Taylor since her first album drop. She's a loyal customer. You've got no right to kick them out. But across the room, a woman in a blazer rose, tone sharp. I support this. We don't want her politics here. Taylor swung the phone toward the woman. You say I bring politics? What about you cheering for kicking me out? That's not discrimination. The live stream exploded, Stand with Taylor clashing with Drama Queen, as millions tuned in. Travis shook his head, muttering to Taylor, they can't win with reason, so they pull this. A young waitress approached, whispering, Miss Swift, I'm sorry. I don't agree with this, but Mr. Caldwell said we'd lose our jobs if we pushed back. Taylor nodded, softening briefly. Thanks. I know who's calling the shots. She turned to Ethan, voice firm. Hear that? Even your staff doesn't back you. Ethan retreated a step, hands shaking. I don't have a choice, Miss Swift. This is for the restaurant's good. If you'd leave, we could avoid bigger trouble. But his words were cut off as a guy in a leather jacket stood, shouting, Bigger trouble? You just made it. I'm never coming back. He stormed out, dragging a few others with him. Hashtag Taylor Expelled popped up on diners' phones, spreading fast. Taylor lowered the phone slightly, staring at Ethan. You've got 1 minute to change your mind, Mr. Caldwell, or you'll regret it. Diners began rising, some to back Taylor, some to protest, some to flee. The Liberty Bistro, once elegant, was cracking from within. The buzz quieted as Taylor gripped Travis's hand tighter, her voice dropping. Trav, I can't believe we're standing here, treated like this. Travis's eyes softened. I know, babe. Remember our first time here after my Super Bowl win? I said, this girl's a champ. Taylor smiled faintly. Yeah, we ordered steak. You called it a touchdown meal. She turned to Ethan, hardening. That night, your staff brought us wine, celebrated us. Now you're kicking us out like we're enemies? Ethan dipped his head, silent. Taylor pressed on. Your staff made this place special. Now you're erasing that over some threats. She raised her phone again. Everyone watching, this was our spot. But now they say we're not welcome because I don't play their game. Travis shook his head. Greater good? I thought this place was worth bringing my team to. Now I'm glad I didn't. If I'd known you'd sell out loyal customers, I'd never have come back. Taylor nodded, eyes blazing. You think refusing us saves this place? You just lost trust. The leather-jacketed man returned, shouting, I'm with her. 10 years here and I'm done. Others stood, chairs scraping. Taylor met Travis's gaze. We don't need this place anymore, Trav. But I won't let them forget this. She spoke into the stream, This isn't just about us, it's about them excluding anyone who doesn't fit. But I won't let them win. The Liberty Bistro trembled as Taylor lowered her phone, eyes burning. Travis tilted his head, voice cutting. Hear that, Mr. Caldwell? That's the sound of loyalty you threw away. Ethan's voice wavered. Miss Swift, Mr. Kelsey, I'm sorry if this caused a misunderstanding. Take the private room, no charge, as an apology. Taylor laughed coldly. Private room? You think I'll hide to save your face? No way. We don't need handouts. She turned to Travis. They think they can buy us off after this? Travis nodded, eyeing Ethan. Bad call, man. You don't deserve this place. The pressure erupted. The leather-jacketed man stormed out again. The waitress untied her apron, quitting on the spot. The head chef, Marco, tossed his apron too, shouting, I'm done. 15 years and I've never seen such dumb management. The diner split sharper. A guy in a Chiefs jersey stood, pointing at Ethan. You just lost your best chef. Taylor's the best customer you had. Hashtag boycott Liberty Bistro trended as staff and customers fled. Taylor turned to Travis, resolute. They're destroying themselves, Trav. She spoke into the camera. See this, everyone? This is the cost of hate. They're not just kicking us out, they're kicking out the people who built this place. Travis nodded. You've got one last shot to fix this, Mr. Caldwell. But you won't. You're too scared of the online mob. Ethan trembled. I can't do otherwise. If I serve you, we'll lose more. Taylor shook her head. You did this to yourself. She turned to Travis. Let's go, babe. I'm done here. They walked out, her boots and his sneakers echoing, leaving Ethan amid empty tables. 7 minutes later, the Liberty Bistro collapsed, not in structure but in trust. Customers left in droves, staff quit, and hashtag boycott Liberty Bistro exploded online. Ethan stood alone, voice breaking. I just wanted to protect the restaurant, but his words faded into the void. The Escalade glided through Manhattan as Taylor rested her head on Travis's shoulder. I don't regret walking away, Trav. They didn't deserve us. Travis grinned. I agree, babe. But I'm starving. We need a new spot. Taylor chuckled. You pick. Somewhere that values us. Travis typed a message. Patriot Grill. Frank, the owner, says there's always a table for us. The car pulled up to Patriot Grill, cozy and warm. Frank rushed out. Taylor, Travis. Saw your stream, Liberty Bistro's toast. Come in. They stepped inside, greeted by the scent of grilled meat and friendly cheers. Frank led them to a table by the fireplace. Taylor checked her phone. Hashtag Stand with Taylor trending globally. She smiled. The world's on our side, Trav. Frank brought wine and steaks, winking. No one beats my food, or my loyalty. Taylor raised her glass, clinking Travis's. To us and to places that no loyalty matters. News hit. Liberty Bistro temporarily closes after denying Taylor Swift. Taylor read it aloud. 7 minutes after we left, they fell apart. Travis grinned. I told him he picked the wrong side. As they ate, Patriot Grill became their victory, a symbol of loyalty triumphing over betrayal, while the Liberty Bistro's ashes proved the cost of choosing fear over truth.